go. Let's go. Hey, hey. I'm a demon straight out the arena. Had to grind with the lines and the hooks, bro. Tryna win, need a few missing pieces. I'm tired of trying to look, though. Mad people have died on the recent. This life is a game to a crook, so I search for a purpose and meaning. Let's go, I'm good for a good show. 945's like a name I'm confused with. Scene bomb died, I disabled the fuses. Not the chain user, but flexing his paladin necklace. My collarbone cradle the Cuban. Told him I stepped on, we step on. My homie say bet like a fucking request at an auction. I'm on the S tier, I'm finna gain and I book it, but first let me look with some caution. Fred eye on the chopper like Curtis Clan. Everything at the whim of a certain man. No razor, I click one time, then you blink. Try not to get hit with a server band. My kill switch violent, no crossing these wires, or you finna die like a circuit plan. These bitches like biscuit, they see a clown nigga and wanna get plowed like fertile land. Smoking, I kill no death. This watch gon' break my wrist, I feel no threats. Energy in my Glock, I move with 10. Goddamn, I fear no death. I am against you, move like get through. Hit your deck and clear your set. You end my circle, I hear your steps. This man full of murder, put fear in your breath. You too weak to compete, can't pull my card. Do I really gotta spell it out, bro? Your whole team full of freaks, that's none of my business. But why are you moving with hoes? A company on my bro, them slide. I don't got time for the side of the road. Like an NPC, we empty as dome. If a nigga ever try to divert from the code. 945's like a name I'm confused with. Scene bomb died, I disabled the fuses. Not the chain user, but flexing is told him I stepped on, we step on. My homie say bet like a fucking request at an auction. I found the S tier, I'm finna gain and I book it, but first let me look with some caution.
Shit, I'm not sure if you heard me at all, but I said welcome back. A little scuffed, but you know, it is what it is. No variety stream, as we normally do, but I am here for the daily quota. So you know, it is what it is. Doing pretty good on the derby, just hanging out, blinking with some boys earlier today. Still editing some stuff right now, so keep an eye out for 2 videos if you are interested on those. But in the meantime, we are here with Pokemon Academy. Also, we will be able to, what is it? I think tomorrow we'll be able to have access to the Pokemon, or not the Pokemon, yeah, that's what we're playing now. But the Pac-Man map, and maybe Fakarum if we're interested. I don't think I will get him. He do look pretty cool, but I'm not sure if he my kind of character, in all honesty. We also got, I think, what is it? The hero shooter that I love so much, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. Marvel Rivals. We got that. We got a new thing coming out for that. Excuse me as I take a drink. Yeah, so new battle pass on that. Same with rematch. I think the rest of the thing is coming out of that. We did kind of carry on a little farther than we did last time. So, as far as what is it, time length goes, we did play Pokemon Academy for another hour longer than I thought I would. But you know, this time we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if we'll be going for the same amount of time or if we'll be like so invested that I forget the same amount as I did yesterday, or like 2 days ago, whatever time it was. But I know I want to get like through the Leaf Day at least, And maybe like minimum 2 hours. I'm not quite 100% sure. But anyway, let us continue. Now shall we duel? Stand and deliver. I'm sorry. Oh, it became protected? Okay, I see how it is. It's just protecting everything, holy fuck. You want... I'll kill you, motherfucker. I'm kissing you, motherfucker. I'm sorry, motherfucker. Alright, I see how it is. I may be burning, but I'm getting my get back. Future sight critical hit, let's go! Oh, well done, you're a splendid battler. Of course, you realize this means I'm plotting my revenge. It's only fair. I knew the consequences when I accepted this duel. Oh, that reminds me, I noticed you didn't make it through the first round of core clashes. What happened? Oh, well, truthfully, it's rather embarrassing, but I was beaten by my very first opponent. I'm afraid she utilized exclusively water types. My team could not do little against her as a result. Oof, bad luck. Sometimes the matchups just are in your favor. I suppose you wouldn't know that better than anyone. Also, Evening Rescue, good to see you in chat again. Hopefully you're doing good. Well, I shan't be let discourage me. That mishap allowed me to focus on my attention of my aspirations. As a musical coordinator, after all, perhaps it was secretly a blessing. Well, I don't know why I said blessing like that. Got a little tongue-tied there. Life has many doors, and I'm afraid I'm far too young to worry about the one closed behind me. Hey, those battles were pretty lit. All your Pokemon were absolutely on fleek, fam, no cap. Adler's knowledge of modern slang continues to embarrass. Hi, sweetie. Hey, what's up? Oh, I can't believe I forgot, but we totally exchanged contact info. I mean, after last night. Sure, what's yours? Oh, why don't you give me your number? I'll put it in your phone for you. And then you can put yours in mine. I did just some sort of reward for not making a joke out of that. Anyway, I really enjoyed yesterday. Want to do good again tonight? I don't think my sleep schedule should take 2 nights in a row of that. Besides, I also got something with Leaf right now. Or going on. I thought I mentioned that. Yeah, well, you got something planned. Look, I just don't want you to be disappointed if, she backs out again. But if she does, I'm here for you. I think being reliable is a really important quality for a person. That's why I like you so much, and I know I can trust you. I'll keep that in mind, but it's not like she's trying to push it off. You just had some bad luck. Some people just look for an easy way to get what they want. If it's a breakup, they just leave it to their partner. If it's money, they just take it. If it's to put something off long-standing engagement, well, you know, I'm not saying that Leaf's doing that, of course, just that some people do. I really like putting in the work to get what I want, though. It makes it so much more satisfying to know that I've earned whatever I get. Oh. Hey, admin, update. We're still back on track. We're still on track. Hey, Leaf. How are you doing, bestie? I'm fine. I'm fine, bestie. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I totally interrupted what you're doing here, didn't I? My bad. Oh, no, it's fine. I know you feel left out. It's totally fine. Oh, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I can just leave now. It's really no problem. What are you talking about, Bessie? You've been talking about your date. You've been planning for months now. No, this is actually going to happen. I want to know every detail. It's not that really big of a deal. And besides, I want it to be a bit of a surprise for Edmund, you know? Oh no, I totally get it. I mean, I hope you plan a bunch of those previous ones, but I guess since those didn't work out, you need to try your best to do it yourself, right? Clara, you didn't really help me plan any of those. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was helping. I guess I was just getting in your way. What about your Ivysaur? Did I not actually teach it Instructor Koga's special move? Was I just a problem then too? No, you weren't you were never in the way. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You weren't a problem at all. Oh? Then will you tell me what you're doing for this date? Oh, alright. Sorry, Edmund, you're going to have to wait another 3 hours for your hint. I may actually die of anticipation. Classic, made it for 4 weeks. But that last 3 hours was the straw that broke the camera up's back. The time of death of my gravestone is going to have to be very specific for that. Huh, I just realized something. How come they don't put the cause of death on the gravestone anytime or anymore? You know, I don't think I realized that until just now that was a thing. But you're right. Like really old gravestones will say run over by a ponytail, or run over by a Munsdale, or run over by a Britzel. Okay, I got a different question. What the hell are different cemeteries do have in Pallet Town? Apparently, cemetery is populated by people who, in life, were pretty vulnerable to getting run over by by a Quinn Pokemon. Hopefully, that's the word. That's going to be a new battle meta. Pallet types are weak to horse types. If we're going to talk about weaknesses of people in our hometowns, you're standing in a pretty good glass house right now. You dick, I can't believe you went there. Yeah, I realized I was halfway. Well, I realized it was too far when I halfway said. Thanks for not blowing me up for it. Was that another volcano joke? Not intentionally, but I'm going to fill my mouth with food before I find another way to put my foot in it. Good idea. Scheming table. She's back to -10 again. What happened? No. What the fuck? What is happening? She's devastated. She's just fucking constantly on a downpour right now. I don't know where Gary is. Or Blue. Tyrann's 108 or -103. That's fine. -38, that's fine. I don't really care. It is what it is. Just don't. Melody sits alone at the table. Everyone sensibly gives her the wide berth. There's no reason to approach her. Just don't. But now I'm kind of curious, though. I kind of give it a go, just cause. This is a bad idea. Go with that anyway. What's my highest relation? I think it's with Leaf right now. With 167. T is a close second at 121. And then Dawn third at 108. I didn't realize Claire was just so fucking high up there either. And again, she's just been giving you +10s anytime I interact with her either. That's crazy. You walk at the Melody's table, but no longer... but no sooner had you swung your leg over the bench than... You can't sit here. Excuse me? You know what I said. Why can't I sit here, Melody? Think of a reason. What, you want me to think of a reason I'm not allowed to sit here? That's what I said. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. I wasn't. Guess you don't gotta hear the comma. Or the coma? The comma? Is that what it... What the fuck? My fucking... brain is fucking fried there. Don't call me Shirley, you're Shirley. I'm not telling you not to call me. Or talk to me. Or even look at me for that matter. Don't even think about me. My name's not Shirley. Sure. Are you done, Shirley? For now. Well, I tried. Okay. Famous table it is. You join the chat of people at the lunch table. Alright. Dark cap level 20. About 22, right? Fuck it. Even though I haven't been using Dante all that much. You know, I actually tried to avoid going to the class. I followed you, saw where you're going, and went to a different elective. So how'd you end up here? Got lost. Should any of you be so lucky to bond with a dragon, there's one type matchup you will inevitably face. Dragon versus dragon. Dragon Pokemon are rarely seen in low-level battles, but are unubiquitous in championship matches. Their overwhelming strength necessitates as much. Yet dragon types are super effective against one another, as if destiny compels them to battle their equals. Survival of the fittest, thrill of a fair fight. The purest of such contests make strategy such a... Gouch? That's what that word is? And yet some matchups demand to be won. Should you face another dragon, speed is key in our victory. Or in your victory. One super effective attack may decide the whole battle. Dragons may take advantage of secondary types. Dragon and Steel Pokemon, such as Drulidon, have special vulnerable to Draconic attacks. And Mega Altaria, the unique Dragon Fairy hybrid, ignores them altogether. Clara saves cheap tricks such as Ice Shard for a different class. Dragon proficiency increases to 22. Which is why Hyper Beam is a particularly effective finishing move. At least it was when I was a champion. Yes, I myself had a particular Tauros that managed to utilize that adrenaline rush from knocking out a foe to push through the shock of launching Hyper Beam. Unfortunately, in his old age, he had lost the ability, and I've not been able to replicate that technique in any other Pokemon I've trained. I suppose I too have lost that ability. And unlike my dear Tauros, I cannot be sent to a farm outside Goldenrod to live a life surrounded by amorous Miltank. Of course, using our modern understanding of battle techniques, Hyper Beam was not the best move to use in that situation. Giga Impact would have been far better, given my Tauros a significantly higher physical attack stat. Given the day, back in the day though, you were knocking out opponents left and right. It seemed seemed so much simpler. It seems as though the world has shifted around me, and I'm only now beginning to realize the colors are, and well, the fact that I need to care about them. You know, back in the day, Agatha and Arbok were on her team. The Arbok knew Rap, and Rap, I swear, was the move that prevented the foe from moving for multiple turns, locking them down and damaging them. Well, it seemed though Rap was a move that combined the advantages of both freezing and poisonous status conditions, but did not overlap with either. But that's simply not true. My memory of Rap's strength are fiction. Perhaps I only thought it was so strong because Agatha used to beat me as many times as I used Hyper Beam to beat her. You know, she never admitted this, but I believe she learned to train ghost types specifically because she feared my Hyper Beam so much. I never heard Sam talk so much about his championship days so much. Sounds like he misses them. If life was simpler back then, and he now realizes how much effort it takes to be a teacher. Well, he's over 60 now. I can't imagine that you'd want to sign up for an extremely difficult job at this age. Well, that's enough rumination on things that will never happen. Remember, your tests on terrains will be tomorrow. I must be frank that it will be difficult. However, I will do my best during tomorrow's lecture to prepare you additionally. I will have zero tolerance policy for an interruption, though. Hey, Sport. Sport. I was thinking, like, of a casual nickname to call you, and Sport was actually what came to mind. Well, then hang it, Pops. Never mind, canceling our date. See you in the next month. Yeah, see ya. Okay, but really, this is, we're actually gonna have to do it now. We're actually going to do it now. Nothing has gone wrong, so we can finally do this properly. And then you'll totally fall under my sway and then think you've spent too much time on me to back out. So you'll be trapped because of the opportunity cost. Seems you've got a pretty good plan then. Oh yeah, step 1, permanently ensnare you due to fear or wasting time. First move is the most important bit, you know. This is the first move? You flew across the ocean to grab me? I would have done that either way. I don't get a stamp on my loyalty card for something I was already planning on. I don't remember ever handing you a loyalty card. Really gotta get that memory checked out. Skippy, earlier onset dementia is an awful thing. Yeah, come on, let's go to the door and get changed. But get changed into what? I don't really have anything that I would call a date outfit. Of course, that didn't stop me yesterday, but Clara seemed a bit annoyed that I didn't actually dress up nicely. And I don't want to make the same mistake again. Hey Leaf, what should I wear on our date? Absolutely nothing. Pretty sure that's a violation of laws. Beauty isn't a crime. Stop yelling about nudity. You're a nurse. Why is it such a thing for you? We're in the same room. You don't have to yell. Yeah, I just realized you should probably just. I realized I should probably just text you. What should I wear? I kind of dumb when it comes to fashion. My uniform, I just took it off, but sure, I guess. Wait, did the thing change and I just didn't realize it? Hey, Leaf, Ray decided to take your advice and put on my uniform. Feels a bit weird going outside of the school hours, though. I half expected it to go to homeroom any second now. Ready? Almost. How do you feel about makeup? No strong feelings. What a very diplomatic but boring answer. What can I say? I feel straddled. I feel like straddling the fence. Well, lame centrist answer. Like, that aren't going to give you much luck when it comes to straddling other things. Alright. I'm coming out. Damn, the day hasn't even started yet and I've already turned them off. I turned you off, men. I'm pretty sure we used to joke that out. We used that joke already. Anyway, who said I'm going to restrict myself to just women now? I enjoy double battles, too. No, seriously, are you coming? Just give me a second. Wait for Leaf. Okay, I'm coming. Hey, kinda over the top, I guess. Easy answer, let's go. Oh, well, yeah, you're pretty gorgeous yourself. Why did I say that? That's, what is it? Not sure, 1 second. Hi, this is Leaf Green, yep. What do you mean? The reservation was for tonight. Wasn't it at 7 p.m.? What are you? What do you mean that you have to cancel? The entire restaurant? That's not... No, why? Why would you have to... Why would you have to? You're making this up. You have to be. What? What do you mean health code concerns? You're a 7-star restaurant. You can... I can hear your Chaldean accent. You don't have to... You don't have health code. Click. I'm guessing it's not good news? This isn't gonna work. Huh? I give up. The universe is giving me the message I need to start listening to. This day is never gonna happen. It'll never work between us. Sorry for wasting your time. Wait, leave. No! Leave! Please! From within the storm, you hear the sound of something tearing, and you wince at what was likely a pretty expensive tantrum. Well, what now? Blue? Well, what now? I was thinking the exact same thing. Typical Edmund, as bad as with girls as Gramps is. The fact you were at some point births you seems to indicate he wasn't that bad. Tell you what, I'm feeling magnanimous. I'll tell you what to do here, but in exchange, you need to do me a favor. Look, I'm pretty sure I know what you want to do. I'm pretty sure I know what to do. I just gathered my thoughts. Are you taking the deal or not? You're not listening at all. Yeah, sure, fine. I'll take the deal. Ah, you fell for it. You totally owe me a favor now. I can make you do whatever or anything I want. Yeah, how devious? Just tell me what the deal is, or what you think the deal is, more likely. Eve isn't actually giving up. She flew across the ocean to pick you up, and she just tired of her plans falling through, and wants you to take initiative. Just knock on the door, take her somewhere. She's overcomplicating it, and you're too dumb to see the obvious answer. Just ignoring it on purpose. Oh yeah, how do you figure? These seems to be pretty okay with deciding everything up to now. You would say that. Just just shows you like what you know. Women are like in an inverse battle. Throw everything you know out the window. If they say they want to decide for them. If they say needing some space, stay with them. If they say they want to make more friends, don't. I'm telling Daisy you said that. Shit, no, don't. Sorry, there's a few for misogyny in this dorm room. Come on, I was speaking metaphorically. Don't tell Daisy. I'll hold off that until I've seen what your favor is. It was something ridiculous. Well, I'm sure Daisy would be very interested in hearing what your interpretation of the gender relations. Okay, now back to Leaf. Most of what Blue said was garbage, but you might not have an entirely wrong case in this situation. If this works, I guess I really do owe him a favor. 50-50 if I want this to work now. Leaf. Leaf Garcia agreed. He's not here. Well, there's someone who sounds very similar to her in her dorm. Did she jump out the window? I have a twin. I told you this. Well, I want to talk to your twin then. Door's open. Huh? Didn't even try that, huh? I just assumed she locked it. Huh? Leaf? the Groucho guy. Leaf is a fail. Leaf's not here. He's only fail. He's twin is not Leaf. The perpetual failure. See, if I pin my failures on an alter ego, I can avoid feeling like such crap about my inability to plan even a single measly dinner. Yeah, I got that. Leaf, can I? Is fail. Is fail, can we talk? Bet is an edgy seat. Look, I think Leaf may have been build me up in her head as something I'm not. I know she wanted this day to be like completely perfect, but even now in Kobokan Academy, I'm a simple guy. I like burgers, I like fast cars, I like Pokemon, and I like my dorm mate Leaf. Whether the date went perfect or not, it isn't really important. After all, we're just trying to figure out if we're compatible, you know? Maybe it'd work out, regardless of how much planning went into it then. Fail something grabs you by the hand and looks at you tearfully, with a tearful intensity from behind the bagel. The beagle? What is that? Beagle pus? What the fuck? Is that what the glasses are? Those are just Groucho glasses. You're unsure why, but given you are certain that you have never met this individual before. As it though, I don't want it to work out. I want to go on this date so fantastically that you can't wait for another one. I want to spend the rest of the school year going on dates with you. I want to have a dramatic showdown as we face each other in the finals of the national tournament. I want you to be impressed that I stand out. I stand head and shoulders above all other options. I want this one date to make me number one forever. I'm sorry, that's not possible, but you don't have to try to impress me. I'm already impressed by you. We swore a friendship pact, remember? You flew across the ocean to get me, and I'll never forget that. And frankly, no matter how fancy this dinner was, it's never going to be more impressive than that. Scissors, obviously. Maybe Leaf was just try to one-up her with the impressions. Was with the... Was with? Are you a vampire now? No. I'm just a silly girl. I'm sorry, Edmund. Oh shit, you leave? You're not what happened to fail. I can't believe I want to date you. Is she gone? I thought we were really hitting it off. Alright, that's enough. Joke's over. Do you have her phone number, or like, do you know where she lives? That mustache did something to me. Do you think that her Rotofo DMs are open? Dude, joke's over. Hey, you started this bit. That just means I'll get to end it. I feel like starting the bit means that I should have more to say in it, however it ends. On the other hand, oh, how assertive you are. You have any other decisions you want to make? You would just say that, just you would say that just goes to show that women are like an inverse battle. Throw everything out the window. Damn it, I guess I do owe him a favor now. Yeah, we're going out. And we can't. The restaurant shut down. Wait, the entire restaurant? Health code concerns. Apparently some super fast Pokemon guy in their kitchen has sprayed some poison everywhere. So now they need to fumigate the restaurant and it won't be open for a few more days. That's unlucky. I'm kind of dumb at it. I'm kind of numb to it at this point. We're going to have to... We're going to have... There have been a lot of weird events like this. Obvious stuff like Yellow going missing and you going to Pallet Town where, you know, those happened. Excuse me. And there weren't much anyone could do about that. But even smaller annoyances like this keep popping up. I mean, you can easily see why I was cursed, right? Or I thought I was cursed, right? Well, you're not. Now, come on, get changed. Where are we going? Where are we going? A little cafe in Inspiria. It was one of those we went to when we dragged all the... When you dragged me all across Inspiria for that shopping trip with Winnie, Flannery, and Tia. You just be a little overdressed if you went the way you are now. And to be honest, I think I'd feel a bit too weird in my uniform while you're wearing something that pretty. Alright. I'm gonna take a shower to clear my head. You can get changed. Meet me back in the main suite in 5. Sounds like a plan. Well, did it work or did it work? What'd I tell you? If you listen to me once in a while, you might actually... Daisy. Fuck. Don't. I need to remember that trick. Did I miss something? Nah, you ready? Ready as I can be. You leave to the cafe in Inspiria, silently congratulating yourself on finding the way there without getting lost. Oh yeah, I remember this place. It's just like a cafe. So, so you can just take whatever, take a seat wherever. What are you in the mood for? Coffee? This late in the evening? You shouldn't consume caffeine so much before going to sleep, you know. It makes havoc with your sleep patterns. Have you ever told your health nut quirks are really cute? Have I ever told you your health nut quirks are really cute? Aw, thanks. I wouldn't call myself a health nut though. I just don't want to let myself slip out of a good habit. Yeah, I get that. Oh, there's a table over there. Come on. So you brought me here. What do you want to talk about? What do you think of classes? How are your Pokemon doing? Sure, which ones? How's grass? I'm a bit worried about Romos, honestly. She won't shut up. She won't. He shows up to class every day with new bruises. I mean, I don't think anyone's beating him up, but he's really old, and even little bumps cause big problems for for an old man as him, or old man like him. But he really does know what he's talking about, if he remembers what he's saying. How about normal? Instructor Lenora is a really really patient, kind woman. She reminds me of my mom. I was worried that she'd be irritated. I transferred into her class later, but she took it in stride. She's helped me a lot with when it comes to your mom's, my Wigglytuff, or Jigglypuff. Apparently she gets a lot of refugees from Instructor Claire's class, which doesn't entirely surprise me. How are your Pokemon doing? Oh, they're doing fantastic. Which one do you want to hear about? As your Dratini. Well, Blue's been training her Blue's training her right now. It's frustrating, but Blue's doing a much better job with her than I could ever do. She did just had a strong attitude. Like she wouldn't even try to battle foes that she didn't think were worth her time. She got into fights with Bulbasaur all the time. Actually, Dratini was one of my first ever Pokemon, but based on that, on what Blue and Yellow have told me, she doesn't seem to miss me at all. That makes me kind of sad. But if she's getting the training she needs, it's for the best. This is just a temporary thing after all. Hey, didn't Janine ask you to stay back one time to talk about your Dratini with you? Oh, you remember that? Yeah, she fucking brain broke. I don't know why. Yeah, she did. It's so weird. She just looked at her really intensely, examined her scale pattern and checked behind her ear fins. And seemed what the fuck? It seemed she had a lot of experience with handling Dratini. I don't know what she was looking for, but she seemed surprised at the end of it. Also, hello. Good to see you, Gator. Doing fine. Hopefully you're doing alright as well. We're just hanging out. We're on a date with Leaf. It's pretty good. Oh, I wonder what that's about. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is an absolute angel. She's the easiest Pokemon I've ever trained. It's like she's been trained before. Though, just between you and me, Jigglypuff aren't very strong. But she does her best, and we never would have made it back to Cobacon without her. So I'm never boxing her. Ivysaur. Ivysaur's a perfect partner. I was worried that my school-assigned starter might have been a trick to train, you know? That would have been really difficult since a large part of our final grade is based on how our starter is doing. But Ivysaur is extremely calm. I never really have to worry about him going off and doing his own thing or doing anything crazy. Actually, he might be too calm. He emits a scent sometimes that makes me really sleepy. I want to say roommates, but I'm not sure if, like, serious is the way to go either. So I might just start with the roommates first before the serious topic. Oh, they're great. I, I was a bit worried at first, but when I learned that we'd all been assigned to the same dorm, but I guess it worked out. Yeah, who do you want to talk about or ask about? Yellow. Yellow's an absolute sweetheart. She just needs to stand up for herself a bit. But I can understand why it's difficult. She spent so much time with Blue. It seems like everyone knows Yellow, but I'm not sure how many friends she has outside of her dorm. I wonder when her birthday is. How about Ethan? Okay, just between us, I'm not sure what to think about him. Like, he's funny, nice, a lot like you. But I can't help but feel like he doesn't really mean most of what he says. Like, he was flirting with Yellow, and you find that a little weird? Maybe it's just me, I mean. He has for energy, so I'm just not, I'm sure he's not doing anything bad, but, geez. I'm sorry to gossip like that. He seems like a nice guy, though. Also, I'm glad to see you're doing, or hear you're doing good, Gator. That's good. Blue. I'm not sure if like asking about me or her would be good. I'll ask about Blue. Blue's a lot more interesting than I thought. I thought he was a lot more interesting than I thought he was at first. He's a total dick that hasn't changed at all, but I thought he just hated you because he was jealous. Well, I'm not sure that's untrue, actually, but the point is that he's got a lot more going on than that spiky head of hair of his than just jealousy. I couldn't have made it to Powhatan without him, after all. For as much as he told me to give up, he got on board with my plan as soon as I had one that might work. Whoop! Didn't mean to put that overlay over there. Something serious. Oh well, makes me a bit nervous, but yeah, I'm game. What kind of serious talk do you want to have? I'll try not to make any jokes. Okay, so this is about something you mentioned a while ago. It's kind of been occupying my mind spot a little bit. Kind of bothered me too. Alright, I'll answer truthfully. Whatever is it? Okay. Is it true that everyone at the school pads? You dick, you said you were gonna have a serious conversation. Okay, in retrospect, yeah, that's pretty funny. Thanks for lightening the mood. For real though, what is it? Have you dated before? Immediately checking the quality of the merchandise, huh? Wow, that's an incredibly sexist way of putting it. Who said it? Only men could be sexist. You say, I can't. Are you saying I can't be sexist because I'm a woman? That's sexist. I give up. Oh, come on, at least put a bit of a fight. Are you gonna answer the question? My first crush was a girl named Sydney. She brought her lunch to school in a Lance lunchbox. I thought that lunchbox was the coolest thing ever. This was before Lance was even the Kanto champion. He was just a popular, strong trainer, kind of obscure. Cindy was always on the edge of cutting edge of things. That didn't work out though. Also, I never really talked to her, so I didn't really give it a chance. You still, I mean, like women? I mean, maybe Rosa was an option. Then in the 4th grade, I had 2 boyfriends, Miles and Evan. Oh, aren't you a man's lady? Huh? You know, man's lady, like ladies man, but reverse. Shouldn't it be men's lady? Though, because ladies is plural possessive of lady. So should we use the plural possessive for man too. Yeah, you're right, huh? Anyway, you were talking about your grade school harem. That's a hell way to put it, but yeah, we had a thing. We would hold up hands together, swap the parts of our lunch boxes that we didn't like, sit in the same tree during recess. We hadn't really started kissing it. We hadn't really started kissing when it ended, but I think we're going to do. We just started to understand what our relationship was about then. Cinnabar Island. So that one also didn't work. Ed and I had started to discuss what exactly we were, and yeah, we were going to talk to Miles about it too. But I put it off just a week, but that week changed everything. Yes, I didn't really learn my lesson, huh? Tell me about them. It seems like you were, like they were really important to you. I know how it is with childhood friends. Even if things change, even if years pass, you still miss them. So tell me about them. You probably don't have many chances to tell people about your grade school harem, right? You'd be surprised. It's like the second most common thing I open conversations with. Oh, okay, you're being serious now. Miles was a know-it-all. He called himself a super nerd. I don't remember what his first name was, but his last name was Miles because he thought it sounded cooler than his first name. Evan was a shy boy, but he naturally loved nature, loved the outdoors. He used to take us camping. We'd spend hours waiting in the water at the beach while Miles hid from the sun underneath an umbrella. And that was the closest thing to a date I've ever had until now. I'm not great with numbers. Shouldn't fourth grade have been 10 or so years ago? Closer to 9, but yeah. And I don't have an excuse for that actually. I mean, I'm not totally blind, but I have my advantages. Namely that I'm gorgeous, smart, and rich. And modest. But I never really tried reaching out until here in Kobacon. After Cinnabar, my family moved to Goldenrod before I attended a girls' school. Until I went to Kobacon. I guess that might have stopped me from dating a bit more than someone other than in high school, but it definitely wasn't a hard and fast stop. No, that's just on me. Sometimes people would ask me out or would show some sort of interest, but I always found an excuse. I always found a way to avoid it. Well, you've gotten over that, haven't you? How do you figure? Well, we're dating now. After a month of delays, and only because you pulled me out of my bedroom. If you did it. There were difficulties, but you did it. Give yourself some credit. You can't improve if you're always ignoring progress you make. Look, Edmund. Yo. Melody. Leaf. Shirley. What are you doing here? For the ambiance. Any other questions I can answer for you? Why are you here now? I felt a spiritual calling. Also, you're in the makeout chair. What? Every Wednesday I'd meet my boyfriend in this cafe and we'd sit in the table. He'd sit in that chair you're sitting in now, and after I had enough sugar in me, I'd sit in his lap and we'd make out. Check the back. In the hearts are carved. There's a heart carved in here that says M and D. There. Are you trying to get me to move? No, just kind of sad that the makeout chair isn't being made out in anymore. Your generation has no respect for old tradition. What about you, Shirley? Are you gonna be a man about it? I think we're operating on different dimensions here. No is fewer words. Anyway, I hate to kick you out, but it's getting late. Huh? Is it really? You look outside the window and you're surprised to see it really is dark outside. Wait, you work here? No, not all of us have fossil money, Green. Yeah, I work here. I would have thought your uncle would have given you the money you need. Phobos gave me an opportunity everything else I earned. Jane also said he earned everything he has. So did Blue. I wonder why. Okay, I don't have time to unpack all these proper nouns you're dropping on me, but just get up and go. It's closing time. Excuse me, the establishment doesn't close, not close until 8. It's only 7:47. God. Look, Karen, you don't. It's Erica. I really do not mean to cause some sort of bother here, but it's not. But it is not factual that this establishment has advertised itself. Stop yapping. You're giving me a headache. Just say whatever you're going to say. My intent, which I was planning to convey similarly, is... Okay, you're taking too long. I'm kicking those two out. Right now. Pray stay your hand. Pray stay my hand? By which I mean kindly allow them to stay until the establishment closes hours of business. Hey Erica, I appreciate it, but it's not going to be a big deal. A business enterprise lives and die. A business enterprise lives and dies by the promises it makes, its ability and willingness to fulfill said promises. If you've any passion for this job, you ought to not discard the cafe's doctrine so easily. Yeah, I don't. You think anyone barista because they're passionate for it, or you think anyone's a barista because they're passionate for it? Then you should not be performing a job you have no passion for. There are alternative avenues. Oof. Okay. Now it's like 10 minutes without closing. Do you still have the moral objection to me closing a bit early so I can clean up sooner and head back when it's not particularly pitch black? As a matter of fact, I do. In fact, given the impolite conduct toward me and my battle teammates, I wish to speak to your manager. What did Leaf say your name was, Erica? Hold on, there's something in your ear. Ericrin, there we go. That's not my name. Whatever you say, Ericrin. Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. Why are you acting so fashion? Or why are you acting in this fashion? What have I done to grievance you in this way? Waltzing in 15 minutes before closing time, trying to complete to the manager is another one. And, no, you can't speak to the manager. He isn't even here anyway. Very well, then I'm afraid we'll have to make a phone call to remedy this situation. Knock yourself out. You awkwardly begin to get up, and given you never really had a problem with leaving the cafe in the first place, but Melody puts on a hand indicating you should stay seated. Hold on, don't you want to see where this goes? Not really. It's like a train wreck, I can't easily look away. Erica pulls out a screenless mobile phone, then gently inputs the number and focusing intently on typing the number a moment later. Mrs. Tamushi, please state the nature of your emergency. I wish to speak to my father.
Oh, apologies, miss. The master is not accepting phone calls at this moment. Be that as it may, I must insist. Apologies, mistress. The master specifically requested that all calls be disregarded, regardless of origin, be denied. We can transfer you to your stepmother. Perhaps she could allay your concerns. Oh no, please don't. Oh, how wonderful it is to hear from you again.
I'm not even sure what that first like font is.
Tell me how are you doing? Have you many friends have you made at school? How are you classes progressing? Top marks as always, I hope. Erica, are you there? Yes, stepmom. Beloved, you know you can call me by my name. I wish to speak to father. Oh? Of course I understand. He's not taking calls at the moment, but I will walk you into his office. We we really need to get out of here. Shut up and enjoy the show. Shut up and enjoy the show. This is better than an episode of Undella Bay. What are you interrupting for? Erica? What does she want? Well, why don't you ask her? Fine. I'm almost done with my work for the day, and I was hoping to relax. Okay, my beloved, your father will hear. Okay, my beloved, your father will hear you out now. Oh, it appears he has a few more papers to handle at first. Do you wish to talk with me any further? No. Okay, you're always welcome to call me. Adios.
So it must have been Spanish then, the beginning font right there.
I'm thinking some Paldina model gold digger. Daddy's Eric. Eric has got some of that trophy wife energy, don't you think?
We just want to leave.
You had your chance. You let Erica fight for you. Now you're locked in your seat until the curtain falls. Father, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. What is it now? Out with it. I'm very busy right now.
It's been so long since I've spoken with you, Father. Perhaps we...
I know small talk does the Revenant's judgment as such things escape you.
Small talk is poison, most afflicted breath of death to deprive intellectuals of their benefits of higher conversation. I have no time to tarry about such mediocre matters. Out with it, Erica. Yes, I apologize. I've been insulted in the most grievous way, Father. Oh, is this about that Esper you had mentioned earlier? No, Father, not with an Esper. And most certainly not have a... I did not have a crush on him. I should hope not. You know such things are beneath you, beneath your family. Keep fast thine astray from the path of destiny hath laid before you. Least your steps shall fall betwixt the privilege of surety and sink into uncharted soil to be stained. Yes, of course, I know such delusions. Then what is the matter of this insult? I've been called Eric here. Huh? Yeah. This is a grave insult indeed. Who spoke of this insult? Who do they work for? It was Melody. I work for Inspiria Poke Cafe. Thank you. Melody who works at Inspiria Cafe. I shall see that Melody never holds an employment within that business again. I will make her rue the day she crossed the Tamushi family. I will blot her blood line from ever hold on. That was her last name. What was your last name? Nunya of the Shopee conglomerate. Nunya Business. Nunya, father of Nunya Business. Stupid child, waste no more than my time. Click. Oh. And that's why you should leave. And that's why you should leave when the barista says they're closing. Surely leave. It's been a pleasure having you here. Actually, buy something next time. Time to go. Chop chop. You leave. You and Leaf quickly make your way back to the dorm. The bizarre display between Erica and Melody replaying over your head, replaying over in your minds as you try to make sense of whatever just happened. You know, I was just planning for us to go shopping before dinner. Oh yeah? We'll have to do that next time. You got a date in mind? For what it's worth? Well, we can talk about Erica for but can we talk about Erica for a second? Oh no, I'm totally with you. Like, I think we could have guessed she might have some family issues, but geez. Geez is right. I think I could have forgiven her for trying to kick you from the battle team after hearing all that. Well, I'm sure she's very glad that you're willing to forgive her for something like that. Aren't you gracious? Outrageous, more like. Then we're going to be pretty confused in 2 to 3 turns. If you're the outrageous one, though, shouldn't you be? It was a joke. Alright, alright. I know this wasn't worth the wait, but I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't really a wait. I gotta hang out with you every day. I gotta hang out with you every day. You're sweet. So you want to do another one of these? I'll tell you what, I'll invite you next time. Okay, I hope you do. We're almost back to the dorms. I wanna... Do I save? I want... Check social. Check social. 170 out of... I'm gonna save, fuck it. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck. Okay, ouch. Alright, I'm sorry. I guess I was moving a bit too fast. I don't, not want to, but I need time. It's fine. I understand. Thank you. Well, at least it's a +2. Let's go. The devs thought about it. They're like, they're gonna do it 100%. Good morning, class, and future departure from my traditional identity as Professor Oak. Let me be frank. Well, I thought it was funny. In any case, your test this evening is not a simple one. However, I am fully expecting a resounding success is within the abilities of each and every one of you. This test will require you to understand properties of move camouflage and interacts with how the move camouflage interacts with terrain. It is not, I warrant, an overly popular move, but it is one every student should know. There is rarely a way to make use of your surroundings. There are 4 common types of terrain: misty, grass, psychic, and electric. What about burial, instructor? Bertha invented that one. She did, and it's a marvelous, clever move that assists in both ghost types and ground types. Or assists both ghost types and ground types to lesser extent. fly and levitate Pokemon. Flying and levitation Pokemon. However, you are unlikely to see that move in the wild unless it's used by someone who had the pleasure of being taught directly by Bertha. That being said, I do believe that Champion Cynthia was taught by Instructor Bertha, and I think her Spirit Tomb is a known user of this move. So to keep in mind for the ambitious amongst you. However, this test does not cover that material. Now, Misty Terrain has the power of Dragon-type moves and is used largely by Fairy types. Grassy Terrain, perhaps unsurprisingly, increases the power of Grass-type moves. And I entrust your intelligence enough to know which types Psychic and Electric Terrains boost. Now, these moves do not do have other effects, but other interests are here as how camouflage effects changes when used on these terrains. You see, camouflage changes the type other depending on their surroundings. In a forest, you're liable to turn it into a bug type. In a field, a grass type. In Instructor Melody's Frigid Classroom, while an ice type seems a reasonable choice for camouflage, this effect is already altered by terrains which take priority over whatever ones actually environs are. I again trust your intellect to realize which terrain shifts the effect of camouflage toward. Oh, actually, apologies students, I told you to disregard the effect of the terrains themselves earlier, but it's somewhat important to remember that psychic terrains make grounded Pokemon immune to priority moves. Do keep that in mind. There are various other mechanics in that Pokemon with terrains, seeds, and extenders, for example, but I'd rather not confuse the issue. Right then, let's quickly ensure that you're listening, as Mel not to know this. Of the terrains I mentioned, which one does not boost the power of moves, corresponding type used on it. Shoot, I was surprised you actually teaching. I kind of zoned out. Not a chance. Looks like Whitney could use some help. Psst, hint, please give a hint. About what, though? Of the trains I mentioned, which one does not boost the power? Does not boost the power. A corresponding type used. I want to say he did say burial ground, but that's like a Oak Nods, okay. Ooh, I was so close to choosing the bottom two. Quite right, Miss Milton. It is a curious move, being that it has the damage of Dragon-type moves, even though it's primarily learned by Pokemon entirely immune to Dragon-type moves. But even such a contradictory move has its uses. Thanks a bunch. Anytime. Now let's move on. I wish to make it clear on how terrains can be set up and removed. The traditional methodologies to use the moves that share the terrains names, however, are going to be various other methods, which I will now go into in a more further detail. Professor Oak lectures the interaction of terrain setting moves, terrain setting abilities, and camouflage at length. His teaching style is not noticeably changed, but the information being imparted seems much more useful now, at least. Ice. Dark is what right now? 20.5? We can hold off on ice. You good last night? I heard some screaming. Just watching old horror movies on my film, or horror films on my phone. Ever seen Bonesaw? Can't say I've had the pleasure. Hello class, today we will we'll begin with a thought experiment, which I think will how do I put the how I didn't put this envelope on my desk. Is this another confession? I'm flattered, but no. Leaving that aside, the fact that I'm your teacher and not dating any of you would be profoundly inappropriate. I'd suggest that conducting your attempts at romance face-to-face, a letter on my desk, really. I like confidence, and more importantly, I like women my own age. Karen says that her secret admirer will thank her someday. Huh? Still just -1 to Sheeran. At least our darkness proficiency is up by 21. You were listening to the you were intensely listening to the lecture when suddenly Psst. What is it? What is it? I'm calling in that favor you owe me. Already? Jeez, alright, what is it? Ethan and Neil are pissing me off. Oh, no way. I mean, I don't really know Yellow as well as you do, but she seems like so gentle. I'm pretty sure Ethan doesn't get very angry. You're wrong. Just that, you're wrong? No insult, no sarcasm? Maybe this is real then. Okay, assuming that they're really angry at you and why. And how do I fit into this? So I mean, Evie can make those forever alls, and right? But they're based on bonds or understanding or whatever. So Ethan and I were having a conversation, like a good one, no screaming, and I kind of started to get him a bit more. I started to get to him a bit more. But then Evie threw up those stones, and now Ethan and Yellow both think I just trying to get those damn stones. And I mean, I am, but not then. Not with them. So, I need you to explain what was that, what happened to them. Dude, that's your problem. Just tell them the truth. And I did! And they didn't believe me. Can you believe that? I can't. Which is the problem, I guess. Alright then, I can't promise anything, but I'll talk to them after school. Do you know where where they'll be? They've been spending a lot of time together, just in the dorm, though. Alright, but again, I can't promise anything. Thanks. Blue quickly walks away as Adler finishes his lecture. Ethan Yellow, huh? I don't think it should be too hard to explain to them what really happened. I wonder if that's why Blue hasn't been around for lunch in the past couple days. And that's it for today, and my throat's sore. I need some water. I'm going to be talking for so long. Bruno, who are the battles for today? Edmund, today you're battling against Bianca. Hi, Edmund. Hi. You look like you're having a lot of fun in the Cornet Club meeting on Tuesday. Thank you. This is really great. about her work, and I always thought that contests were more about having fun. I assume that's what the hand sign means. But I'm really doing my best. I really want to help her with. I think that's the contest name. I'm sure you'll do great. Now, shall we battle? Let's bust the days open. I don't know. I think that's it. Huh? Where did you learn that? There's on the. It makes really funny videos. She says it a lot. You might want to say that around people. But Winnie likes it when I say it. I think she's just been monitoring your internet usage a bit more. Or I think she should be monitoring your internet usage a little more carefully. Oh no, she meet you with a funny woman. Wait, then maybe I should be. You know I'm not a kid. What? No, I know that. I wasn't saying you were. Okay. Let's battle. Yeah, that's just bust this day's balls. Oh, that's what she said. What a weird Mr. Mime. I'm not sure just because it's another... But it's a fairy type, right? No, it's a psychic type. Okay. I was like, I wasn't sure if Mr. Mime doing that... that less of damage is just because of... Aura Veil or what, but... But it might be Aura Veil and the ice combination. I will kiss you. Thank you for the full health. Doo -doo 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 -doo. Well, you're so good at battling. I guess I have a lot to learn. Looks like classes are over then. Keep an eye out for sharp rocks on the ground. And don't go stepping on any. Edmund, am I crazy? You're the nurse, you tell me. You're not going to believe this, but I was just at the baseball field, right? With you so far? And I swear to God, I saw Combi. It looked right at me, called me hot, and then then asked if I like jazz. On the baseball field? What were Combi doing on the baseball field? That's pretty far from the forest. How did they come on campus? That's what you're concerned with, not the fact that it called me hot? Can't be you shouldn't speak Japanese. I mean, yeah, it can't fault it for speaking the truth, but it really shouldn't be that close to campus. You're a weird dude, Edmund. Anyway, can't just stay away from the baseball field. I do everything there. But if you could come around with me sometime just to prove I'm not crazy, right? That'd be great. I'll keep that in mind. All jokes aside, this could be a problem. If it's another Pokemon too far from home, it might be another foe. She's just gonna get worse and worse. If I don't do anything. Independent table. Just joining the conversation. I didn't wait. Text logs, how much? Text logs don't show. I missed how much she increased. Only +2. I'll have to work on that. I'll have to kind of hang out with her a bit more. Hey, Ethan. And good to see you. Let's get this done. Winged dragons are ubiquitous in their art and folklore. From ancient fourscore and medieval heraldry to modern logos, the typical dragon is shown aloft. Both the oldest dragon type fossils do not have wings, nor do the majority of living dragon Pokemon. Nearly all dragons, however, have tails that these can use powerful weapons, as exemplified by the dragon tail move. A heavy blow with a dragon tail can knock your opponent straight off the battlefield. This forces Pokemon to flee and the trainers to switch one out. Tails are cumbersome weapons, and dragon tails strike after them after most other moves. But this is also true of lesser techniques like Roar, which force the switch without doing any damage. And some dragons are slow enough that this scarcely matters. Claire describes how hazards can make a dragon tail even more threatening. Gracie increases to 23. Welcome back to classes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can you, anyone here, recap what I covered in this morning's lecture? Miss Green? You were talking about terrains and how they change camouflage when using camouflage. Camouflage on active terrain? You could change into a type of Pokemon that terrains help. Quite right. Now, I mentioned before how to create terrain, but sometimes one does not want the battlefield to be altered. There are 4 ways to be removing terrain that I recommend you brush up on. The first method is simply overwhelming the terrain with one of your own. If Misty terrain is currently in effect, and a Krogunk with the ability Grassy Surge comes, what will the terrain be, Miss Moore? Leafy terrain? Wait, sorry, I mean grassy. Grassy terrain. Correct. This may seem basic, but using terrain setting moves in the simplest way to get rid of a different terrain. It is not, however, the most common way to terrain disappears. Terrain will, of their own accord, disappear after 5 standard turns. Or 8 turns if. Mr. Von Rose, please do not interrupt. You are correct, though, but it is disrespectful to both me and your classmates to continually interrupt. What Mr. Von Schwartz says is correct. Terrains last for 8 turns if the user holds the terrain extender item. This is one of those items whose function is entirely apparent from the name, which more sensibly named simply named than the life orb, which is an orb that removes life. But that's a lecture for the future, I suppose. Now come to the crux of the matter. Please take notes on this exam. Books are open and there's no reason not to, unless you're worried about carpal tunnel syndrome. Let me save. In which case, you can be quite thankful of your professor Willow's class. His students go through pencils and they're eating them. But that won't be on our test. The third and final way terrain will be removed is through serial moves that explicitly perform that function.
Oak takes a quick glance at his notes. You suddenly realize that Professor Oak has notes. For as long as you've known him, he's never written anything down. Wow, Professor Cherry really did a number on him, huh? Defog, Ice Spinner, and Steel Roll. These moves will entirely remove any extant terrain without replacing it. They have other effects too, of course. The Defog and Moral Spin will remove hazards. Ooh, remove hazards. Fuck. On your way to the field, Defog will extend the same courtesy to your opponents while they also removing the barrier in place. Also, good night, Gator. Hopefully you have a good night's sleep. I will possibly see you tomorrow. Fingers crossed, though. If not, you know, don't feel obligated to. Light screen, reflect, and that sort of thing. Steel Roll is a very powerful steel type move, hitting well above the comparable Iron Head or Flash Cannon. That being said, I will entirely fail if there is. You're chilling, G. I said before, don't worry about it. I appreciate any time you can spend in stream, or even like just popping in every now and then. I always appreciate it. Flash cannon deck, and that said, it will be entirely a fail. There is no active terrain when used. One can see then how its large damage potential is mitigated by the logistics of sustaining an active terrain every time you want to use it. Oh well, I believe that's the end of the lecture. You should know everything you need to pass the upcoming test with flying colors. Of course, I generally been advised to avoid teaching to the test, but I think that at this point that doing so may be for the best. On the subject of the test, there are 3 pieces of information you should remember. The first one is that your opponent will exclusively attack your Castellon as long as it is able to. You must not let them attack. If your Castellon takes a single point of damage, you cannot pass the exam. The second thing to remember is that almost all Pokemon on the field will be burned and equipped with Air Balloon. I suppose it will not. I suppose it will be. It was very hot balloon, or I suppose it's very hot air. The final thing in this, the final thing that your opponent will only use the following moves: Leech Seed, Dragon Claw, and Bullet Punch. It'll be up to you to determine which opposing Pokemon will use which, and then what you need to do to encounter it. Abilities are extremely important on this test. Before you commit to any moves, look over your Pokemon and make sure you understand what their abilities do. If no one has any questions, then let me save so I don't have to skip so much. If I do fail, then please take out your pencils and remember this will be graded. Okay, so the Castellon cannot take any damage. We got 3 Pokemon that's already burned. Changes according to location, so if I just camouflage basically. Swaps item. Yeah, that's a rip. Okay, I was thinking there it was you had to swap item there, so the Gabite could not hit you in the air, but I was wrong. And I'm sorry if I'm safe scumming, but these tests are kind of fucking with me anyway. Grokey. Camouflage. It doesn't show me those. Is it really just like terrain and I'm just overthinking it? I think I was overthinking it. Camouflage. Switches users given chance to stat change. Incoming Pokemon. But Play Nice doesn't do any damage though, does it? Oh, is that it? Okay, that was the right move. Instead of just slowly leafing through the test, it's impossible to tell what he's thinking. Well, at least I'm confident in my score. Well, this is good to see. Yes, Mr. Von Schwartz, so thank you for raising your hand. What is it? Can you please provide specifics regarding our performance? How did we, as a class, do? Well, I haven't fully graded them yet. Well, I haven't fully graded them yet, but after a thorough glance, it appears that we may be doing better. Granted that we all have a bit ways to go, but this is marked an objective sign of improvement. He says we. He's also learning, huh? Well, that's all the time we have for today. For today's test, thank you for your patience. Have a nice day. Are you gonna go talk to Ethan and Yellow now? Not right now, I've got some other stuff to do, but first, before I go to bed today, don't worry. Fine. What's that about? You don't need to know. Look, if you don't tell her, I will. Wouldn't you rather tell her the story than from your point of view? Yeah, fine. If you're helping me train, I'll tell you then. Huh, this is how Yellow feels. On one hand, I totally don't want to do what he says, but now I'm curious on what's happening between you four. And I guess he's been training my Dratini for a while, but this would be a good time to check in on him anyway. Sounds good. See you in the back of the dorm. The bees. Hey, Whitney, is that cone bee around? Not right now. It keeps coming back to the field, and I swear it's calling me hot. We'll see. Anyway, if we want it to show up, I think it shows up more often when Flan and I try to picnic out here. Maybe that helps. Yeah, it might. I think I know what to do. What do you mean?
when we come out here to picnic. Where is... How's Bianca? Is she still... Bianca? Only negative 13 so far, okay. Part of me's like, it'll be fine, but at the same time, if she's gonna reset negative 10 by the time like lunch rolls around, it could be worse. But at the same time, also like, fuck it, it is what it is. At the same time, I don't really want her to be like that, but at the same time, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck it. There we go. Alright, we got some gems from Dawn and whoever. You finished up your business early and head to the dorm. Hey guys. Hey man. Hi, how was your day? Pretty good. Melody didn't do anything crazy in class today, and Sam seems like he's trying his best to turn things around. I mean, I know he's your friend and all, but I don't know how you could live with him as a teacher. I'm pretty sure hearing him lecture made me, I'm pretty sure hearing his lecture made me stupider. It's clear he's very passionate about what interests him. It's just unfortunate that there wasn't much overlap. What was going on the test and what he taught? Yeah, it was bad enough for 1 week, but you've had it for like 8 weeks, right? I'd request a transfer, but if I were you, there's a spot Chris in classes between Yellow and I. He's my friend. I don't leave my friends behind, no matter how badly they're doing. Anyone can be brilliant with enough time and support. Even my 65-year-old teacher. Even my tubby Pikachu, who only shows an intellectual interest in battling a month ago. Yeah, you're right. Well, would you like to play a game? It's a while before curfew. I was actually hoping we could talk. It's what we're best at. See, Blue told me things were a bit like strained between you guys. Man, did Blue seriously ask you to patch things up between us and him? I'm sorry, Edmund. I know your heart's in the right place, but this doesn't really have anything to do with you. At least hear me out. He told me that he had a serious conversation with you, Ethan, like, a really meaningful one. That's a matter of opinion. And then you said that his EV threw up some foreveralls, and you guys just thought he was faking it for the connection and to get the stones. Are you saying that's not what happened? Sam and I don't really understand how the power works yet, but I don't think that should even be possible. I think the fact that the stones showed up means he really did try to have a connection with you. A connection that meant something to him. At least that's how it works for Bolt and I. Okay. Cool, I believe you. See, Blue, what did I say? Told you it was easy. Doesn't mean I'm still not mad at him, though. Oh, I mean, okay, fair, but why? Come on, he stomps around this dorm like he's trying to shake the pictures off the wall from the room below us. I've always been the guy who defends him whenever you say something bad about him, but he doesn't bother to remember my name half the time. He makes me feel like that party member that's mandatory in a bunch of story segments, but no one actually wants to use. But, I mean, that's just me whining. You've seen how he treats Yellow, right? Go on, Yellow, tell him. I've given him so much of my time and energy, and all I want is a little thanks, but he'll never give me that. Not even a smile or a warm hand. I don't want to keep going through the simple cycle of him taking me for granted, and then I get mad at him, and then he does the same something big to make up for it. Then I forgive him, and then takes it for granted again. I don't want to be saved. I just want to be safe. So, like, sure, maybe we were in the wrong this one time, but can you blame us for assuming the worst? No, I don't assume the worst. I want to believe him, but I really did. I'm just too tired. I know, Yellow. Sorry. Shouldn't have spoken for you. But yeah, no, I absolutely assumed the worst. And you can't really blame me for that. After everything Blue has given us to work with, I was waiting for him to talk with us, but he never came. He hasn't said a single word to me in 4 days. Or, he hasn't said it, or, that's Yellow, fuck. It is what it is. And then he sends you to sort it out for him. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more pisses me off. I get, like, he's trying to use your friendship power to ignore the problem. If I was you, I'd be pissed too. I honestly haven't thought of it like that, but kind of think of it. Yeah. He's trying to use me, isn't he? Why shouldn't I be pissed? He can solve his own problems. I had enough problems to deal with it. People hating me for my power. I want the people who don't hate me to use it. You know what? Actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here we go again. What are you sorry for, Blue? I'm sorry for taking you for granted. But I promise. Don't. Please, Blue. Don't promise anything. I don't need grand gestures. I don't need oaths. I don't need vows or anything like that. I just need... I will try harder. And I do appreciate you. I mean it this time. Thank you. Now it's Ethan's turn. I'm sorry to you too. I was trying to get the stones until I did. I didn't think I could get you enough to get the stones out anyway. But I do. I get you. More than I did anyway, since I get you. I get why you'd be mad, which is fair. But I do remember your name, even if I just call you or whatever. Fine. Huh, is that it? Don't know what you want. Don't know what you want me to say, man. I've only known you for 2 months, and I've been a massive PITA for the both of it. I defended you because I'm a contrarian, not because I actually disagree with anything anyone was saying. You're not turning me around in a single conversation. That's fair. Wait. Oh, this is great. I got it. Here, take this. Wait, what are those? Yeah, for Everalls. I'm never gonna be able to pay for the school, am I? This power. Dude, you're just giving them to me? Let me work on Pikachu, and it's not like I'm going to use one of those electric rats you three use. Okay, how do we give them to our Pokemon? You kind of just push them on, and they kind of sink into the Pokemon, like one of those stick-on gems that you see on craft stores. This doesn't hurt the Pokemon though. No, the Pokemon can just release them whenever they want. You don't look enthused. Well, as I may have mentioned once or twice, I'm completely broke. I was hoping I could sell these foreveralls to champions to pay for my tuition, which becomes harder if someone is just giving them away for free. Relax, it's only 2 more. You think I'm really gonna hand these out to anyone else? No, but I'm still worried. So I hate to admit this, but giving me a shiny one of kind Pokemon Enhanced Gem has kind of helped patch things over. Of course, I don't know what it does yet. What it does yet, it's something lame, like missing my Pikachu turn normal type or whatever. I'll be really pissed. I can guarantee it won't. My Foreveralls are way better than whatever trash admin generates. I mean, the champions won't even want to buy from him when they see what I can do. Don't even joke about that. Come on, let's go to the gym. It's late enough that we should be able to empty it. We should be mostly empty, and we could mostly empty, and we won't have to run back from the battle hall when the curfew hits close. I'm game. Amarillo? Of course. Alright, Pichu, equipped. Let's see how those rocks work. Blue, I'll battle you. Please go easy on me. Yeah, I guess I will. Guess you're paired then. Guess we're paired then. Yeah, oh yeah, what kind of battle are you thinking? Sounds good. Let me just rearrange my team. Alright, ready? Let's go. Nope. Just focus Ninetales right now. Or a beam. Cool. Ice Fang. Hmm. We get Ice Shard. We'll try it. Holy shit. Oh, alright, Pichu. Just got a new power, let's see what it does. Is it me, or does Pichu look a little bit tougher than before? Iron defense. Slow freeze. I think I wanna. Oh, well, I don't know what I expected. Got a new power up, but not a win button, I guess. Anyway, this fight isn't done until until it's over. Oof. Damn. Oh. Quits game. Nope. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it just crashed there. That was kind of crazy. Aura Veil. Damn. No, my Calder. What did I... I gotta load back. Fight, Oh. Find Bianca. Skip.
We got you.
Do 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 do. Save. Now I save here. Do do do. Is he just using that draining kiss? Yeah, just using all its... Just using all its draining kisses. Cool. Forget iron defense. Oh shit. Future sight. Uh. Whoa. Whoop. That future sight is so strong, bro. Let's go on, man. I guess I gotta spend some time more grinding. It's just practice. That wasn't bad for your first time using forever alls, anyway. But I feel actually like Pichu got a bit stronger. She did, didn't she? I mean, compared to how she was it before the battle. You're her trainer. You tell me. Yeah, I think that's it. Kind of funny that Blue ended up giving you us forever alls before you, huh? Wait, did you not think of that? Let's talk about something else. Anyway, Yellow, what's up with your forever alls? What does yours do the same thing? We couldn't get to trigger. I guess I never had that problem before. Yeah, I didn't have any problems just now either. The stones just, you know, the stones won't just stick to Choo Choo. Oh, that's weird. True to Ellsworth, she presses the forever all on the Choo Choo and it refuses to make any sort of connection. Well, I'm stumped. Maybe she's too weak to handle it. Maybe she's too weak to handle it. You trained my Pokemon Blue? Isn't it the same training as you're giving Eevee? I trained my Pokemon, at least Genie, but putting them through the grinder, setting you up against a massive amount of foes and pushing them to their absolute limit. I train your Pokemon you by giving them softball opponents that they never actually opponents that they're never in actual danger from. Why? What, you don't know? I thought you didn't want your Pokemon to evolve. That kind of training is ideal for building up Pokemon's energy about causing them to want them to evolve. It's called soft hand training. Normally, people who want to train their Pokemon for fun only keep them as pets use it. Oh, yes, that's correct. If you don't want your Pokemon to evolve, just let me know. I can do that too. Mega Evolution would be your Choo-Choo's strong enough to. Mega Evolution would make your Choo-Choo stronger to handle the Forever All. We can ask your grandfather about it. You might have some theories. Yeah. That's interesting, though. Yellow doesn't want her Pokemon to evolve. Why would that be? Alright, don't know about you guys, but I'm bushed. It's almost curfew after. Oh, let's go back to the dorm ASAP. Right with you. Yes. I should text someone before going to bed. You feel relentless for some reason, as though there's just something under your skin. I'll focus on texting anyone you decide to go to sleep early. I've had cross campus with someone who feels the same way. You are no longer you. But you have not been you for a while. I'm so tired. Why can't I sleep? I'll call Dad, or probably just writing up anything. Hey kiddo, I haven't heard from you in a while. What's this? I can't see you, kiddo. Oh, my phone fell and I broke it a bit. Alright then, kiddo. Just let me know if you need a replacement. Alright. I hope I didn't wake you up. Not a chance, your old man. I've been working on this massive article. This expose on the construction of the PWT. You never believe those Rift Vale contractors are doing it. Get this, they're actually hiring illegal immigrants on purpose. So they can blackmail them to work the lower wages. Well, I won't stand for it. I don't care how many billions they're saving. No amount of money is worth the price of human dignity. As soon as I publish this article, their whole operation will be cracked like an egg. I tell you, kiddo, the article will be bigger than Brownius Wars. Stay safe. An article like that, or you'll make it some enemies. Ah, kiddo. Way too late for that one. That was run away from corporate thugs and with sock on their belts since I was younger than you. And you know what? I do the whole thing again. Hey, Cheerin, what's up? You're all quiet. I'm just tired. Come on, kiddo. I'm a journalist. To find the truth besides that you're my son. I know, when you're upset. It's a deeper tiredness today. It was exhausting. Oh yeah? Well, tell me about it. Okay. Alright. I think I'm gonna continue this later. We'll continue Cheerin's side adventure or his like problems later. But for now, I shall I shall catch you all later. I also appreciate someone or whoever left a like on the stream. I did not see it until I did that. I swapped monitors. My bad. The way my OBS was, I just had it layered over a majority of everything else on my other monitor. So
but I do appreciate it. Always means a lot. And it helps out with the algorithm. So I thank you, whoever you are, whether it be Gator, Rescue, or anyone else that might have just popped in for a little bit. I appreciate it. Don't know how much times I could say that, because it really do help out a lot. Anyway, yeah, I shall see you all tomorrow. We'll probably do some variety games, because I just I'm able to actually like probably be on task or schedule for that one. So in the meantime, I should say again, I appreciate anyone popping in at any point before or after stream, and I shall see you all later. Bye.
I did it my own way. I'm buried alive with all the shit that I don't say. It's deeper than 6 feet. I'm barely alive. My apartment is a coffin that I'm carried inside. And I'm coughing cause I'm off and off of various highs. Got me wondering, does anybody care if he dies? Yeah, it's getting hard for me to keep my head straight. Had a heavy heart, now I'm carrying dead weight. Digging my own grave, I did it my own way. I'm buried alive with all the shit that I don't say. It's deeper than 6 feet. I'm barely alive. My apartment is a coffin that I'm carried inside. And I'm coughing cause I'm off and off of various highs. Got me wondering, does anybody care if he dies? Yeah, it's getting hard for me to keep my head straight. Had a heavy heart, now I'm carrying dead weight. Digging my own grave, I did it my own way. I'm buried alive with all the shit that I don't say. It's deeper than 6 feet, I'm barely alive. My apartment is a coffin that I'm carried inside. And I'm coughing cause I'm off and off of various highs.